Brian Tarian here with a COVID crisis disability application update. I want to answer some questions that have been coming in about should I apply, what's going to be different after I apply, or individuals that have had cases in the system for a while, what's going to be different about those, and what moves do you need to make. So that's why I'm doing this. First of all, one of the questions is, should I apply now or should I wait? Good question. And it's really a kind of a personal preference. I think if you cannot work and you're the only one that really knows the answer to that question, that's my position, my story, and I'm sticking to it, then I would definitely apply, because the sooner you apply, the sooner you can get approved. So in general, that's the big picture. So the next question is, how do I file? Because some of the options have been removed for you. So you can file online. That's wide open for business. Of course, you need to be comfortable, ideally comfortable on a computer to do that, or you can find companies that will do that for you. They'll take down all your information, they'll enter it into the system and do it. Of course, you have to pay a percentage of your back benefits if you win, but that certainly is an option for you. So you can apply online on your own or find somebody to do that for you. What will be different? Here's a few things that I see that will be different. In the initial application phase, Social Security typically requests medical records going back for 12 months. So they can review your medical records, confirm or deny that you qualify for disability benefits. Well, the doctor's offices, a lot of them are closed, and getting medical records now is it's been compromised. It's difficult. So that's going to slow down the process, in my opinion. So once that doctors get back in action and the medical records get flowing, that piece will be done. That's one. The personnel at Social Security seems to be doing a pretty good job. A lot of them are working remotely. I don't know if their staff count has dropped, but from what I hear, it seems to be doing a pretty good job. So that part's okay. The other thing that I believe is going to slow down an initial application case is commonly a disability applicant is asked to go for an independent medical exam at a Social Security doctor, or a doctor that Social Security hires to do the exam. Again, doctors' offices are closed, so the ability to have that exam is not available right now. I expect that is going to cause delays. I'm just checking my list right now. So those are a few things on the initial application phase. So still, you can get your application in the system, you can get the process going. One idea is, if you do have your medical records and you can get them to Social Security, like if you've applied for your disability benefits and your application is in the system and you've been contacted by a caseworker, you can ask them, do you have all my medical records? Because if you don't, guess what? I do. And you can get them to Social Security electronically. They'll provide you with a barcode that you can do that. So that certainly is a way to address the medical record issue part. If you have a case in the system and it's, for example, it's been initial application, it's been denied, and there's a reconsideration, I don't see a whole lot that's going to slow that down, because it's just an administrative paperwork. There typically aren't medical records requested at that, and the staff is still working, which as far as I know they are, then everything will be fine. Next piece is hearings. There's some issues with hearings in that the ability to have a live hearing is not available now because the Social Security offices are closed. So they're offering a phone hearing, and you have the option to take the phone hearing on, from what I see, a regular schedule, or you can decline it and opt for an in-person hearing. So this is where you and your legal team needs to make some type of a judgment call, because in the circles that I travel in and the individuals I know in this industry that go to court day in and day out, they would much rather have an in-person hearing, because you have the physical nuances. It's like looking at me through this video would be different than in person, and if there's physical limitations, pain, and watching somebody and how they sit and how they maneuver and how they walk into the room, totally different. All of that goes away. And it's just looking at the medical evidence when you're on the phone, just the medical evidence and the, how the individual testifies. So you need to make a decision on that if your case is strong enough that it can be awarded based on that environment. So those are some of the differences. I'm optimistic that we're turning the corner on this thing. We'll see some steps to get back into normalcy here, hopefully in mid-May and June, I hope. So keep the questions coming. Again, I encourage you, if you can't work, just go forward and start the process, get it going. Stay tuned for more here. If you know others that might be in this disability application process or pondering it that would benefit from this, make a difference for them, send it over to them. Stay tuned. It's been Brian from the Disability Digest. Be safe. Make it a great day.